Good morning, everyone. Um, Yesterday I
Good
missed
morning, everyone.
I've missed section yesterday. I'm so sorry for that. Uh, but we continue today, and today is day 12, as if I remember correctly. Mm, and this is the 21-day course of understanding inner self, cultivating peace. And it means that we have been in the mm, second half of the journey, of this journey. Do you still remember where we left off last time? Okay, let me share the screen so that we can continue. So last time we were talking about wisdom. The first light that we need to let it in our house is wisdom. Uh, so with the light of wisdom, we know what's right, which is the right path to work on. What is the right decision to make? And so we will materialize the wisdom. This is the non-material concept. So we need to materialize it by put it in information, energy, and material appearance aspects. So for the informational aspect, wisdom wisdom has five states of state. Five state of inner awareness. State. So let me read the uh, definition of wisdom. Wisdom can simply be understood as a concept referring to the state of inner awareness. The number of the number of levels of wisdom corresponds to the number of states of inner awareness a person possesses. Again, wisdom can simply be understood as a concept referring to the state of inner awareness. Number of levels of wisdom corresponds to the number of states of inner awareness a person possesses. Okay, so how we can master the inner self? So mastering the inner self is the ability to proactively choose and take full responsibility for those choices within the inner self, enabling one to master external circumstances. Again, mastering the inner self or mastery of inner awareness is the ability to proactively choose and take full responsibility for those choices within the inner self, enabling one to master external circumstances. So, a wisdom wealth individual is someone whose state of inner awareness transcends challenges that arise. And a wisdom wealth individual is someone who consistently maintains a state of inner awareness that transcends challenges arising in all aspects of life, including inner self, health, relationships, and financial well being. Again, a wisdom wealth individual is someone whose state of inner awareness transcends challenges that arise. A wisdom wealth individual is someone who consistently maintains a state of inner awareness that transcends challenges arising in all aspects of life, including inner self, health, relationships, and financial well being. So there are five states of inner self. Sorry, five states of inner awareness. The first one is the state of inner awareness. Number one is the state of inner awareness regarding objects, events, phenomena, situations, people. It involves the ability to distinguish between right or wrong, good and bad, right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, and should not. Again, the state of inner awareness number one is the state of inner awareness regarding objects, events, phenomena, situations, and people. It involves the ability to distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, should and should not. So, with the first state of inner awareness, do you feel that you have you ever encountered the state, or you think that you have that state of inner awareness? Yes, yes, we have. You definitely encounter some that there are times in your life that you encounter state of you can distinguish between right and wrong. You know, that's the right choice. You know, that is the right behavior or is the right thing to do. So you can distinguish between right and wrong or good and bad. So there are times in your life that you know that if you do that one is a good choice, or you know that if you do that thing is a really bad choice. So so you can distinguish between good and bad, should and true and false. You can distinguish between true and false as well when you do a test and you know that the answer A is true and the other answers or false. So you, of course, you select the answer A, right? So you know that you can distinguish between true and false. And similarly with should and should not. There are times in your life that you know that you should do this one. You should eat healthy food. You should do exercise on a daily basis. You should learn something new to sharpen your mind, for example. And you should not take stimulants or drink alcohol, for example. So when you are able to distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, and should and should not. So with that state of inner awareness, that is the first state of inner awareness. Inner awareness. And we call that state state of inner awareness number one. So, so a person who has this state of inner awareness and they maintain that state uh, for a long time, we call that person's um, live with that state. And a person who has that state is, or we call them is um, a wise a wise person already. So wisdom is not just something very, hard to achieve if we know the definition of it. And then we observe our lives, we can see that we have we have these states of inner awareness in ourselves. We just need to name it so that we can see and we can feel it. We can possess it. That is the first state of inner awareness, that you're able to um, distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, and should not regarding objects, events, phenomena, situations, and people. So this inner awareness, the state of inner awareness is good when you perform your work. So when you perform your work, it's very important that you can distinguish between right decision and wrong decision, between a good choice and bad choice, between true and false, and what you should do and what you should not do. So it will make your words seamlessly. Sorry. And the second, the second state of inner awareness, that is a state of awareness of the origin of life, where all understanding and perceptions originate from within oneself. Again, the state of inner awareness number two is the state of awareness of the origin of life, where all understandings and perceptions originate from within oneself. So it means that they have the awareness that their life, everything in their life originates from within themselves. So is there any times in your life that you feel like everything that you have is um that you have or originates from within yourself? And you know that you have these lies because it could be from three reference system. Okay, three reference frames we have uh, that we have learned in the past sections, which are formula of life origin and human structured and reality triangle. And these reference frame has told us that um, human life originates from the from their mental imagery, from the blessings and merits, from the information or the root concepts. So if we understand these, the points or the root cause that these three reference frames sent us, so we understand that our life originates from within, from ourselves. And those who have this state of awareness of the origin of life, that is our life originates from within ourselves. We call that person or those people or those who has the state of inner awareness number two. And with this state of inner awareness, we are able to have a harmonious relationship simply. Why? Because it's not like the first day of inner awareness that we distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, and should and should not. It's it worked it works well um in working, but it doesn't work well in relationships. We cannot say that we cannot just say I'm right and you wrong. I'm good and you're bad, because that is the natural orientations of a person's when they talk to someone. So they tend to say that they are right and the others are wrong. They are good and the other are bad. What they the choice they make is true and other makes is just false. And what they do is what they do is a thing we should that we should do, and what the other do is should not. So if they keep doing that, using this state of inner awareness in in relationship, so it can break uh relationships away and push that person to those relationships far away from themselves. But in the for relationship, if we can use this state of inner awareness, that we know that everything originates from ourselves, and we know that it's from our mental imagery, from our blessings and merits, from our root concepts. So if we want to change our life, we need to change from within. That's it. So when we encounter a problem in a relationship and we know that it originates from within, it's not, so we don't blame other people. We also don't blame us. And we know that it's happened because it's something with from within need to be changed. So we come back and change the things from within so that we so that they can have the better or a more harmonious relationship. So if there are times in your life that you know that the life origin is from you, the life origin is from you, and if you want to achieve something, just need to change from within. So you don't see the answer from outside. Just seek the help from within. Seek the change from within. So we do everything from within. That is the state of inner awareness want to tell you. So you can check, you review your life, okay, and contemplate. Can contemplate your life about your life and think about the times that you know you realize that your life origins is from you. It's not from other people. And when you can do it, and those who can maintain that state, and we say that that person, that persons live with the state of inner awareness number two. So is it simple that when you we have shared about uh, the state of inner awareness number one and state of it of inner awareness number two. Okay, do you feel that it's simple to understand wisdom and to have and to have wisdom? Okay, moving to the next state of inner awareness. That is the state of inner awareness number three. Okay, number three. It said the state of inner awareness number three is the state of the true nature of the inner self. Again, the state of inner awareness number three is the state of the true nature of the inner self. So do you still remember the true nature of the inner self? Right. When we have when we learned about human structure and we know that human structure has four layers. Okay, so the innermost layer, the core, we call it we call it the core or the true nature of the true nature. Okay, or the truth. In science, they call it the truth, and local name is the core. Or in Buddhism, they call it the Buddha truth, the Buddha nature. Okay, so the truth natures is the nature of the core of the truth, which never changes and everlasting through space and time. That's the truth. Do you remember? And when we talk about uh let me check here. Okay. Okay. So the true nature is the nature of the core of the truth in the innermost layer of human structure. So this is the true nature of the inner self that accept everything, every message that come to us. So without judgment, without interpretations, and without reaction, just accept the true nature of the inner self. Right. And the true nature is just arise when we hear something, we use the hearing nature, use the seeing natures to accept things. And then from the moment that we accept things, uh, in the inner self generates our space. There is a space that in the inner self that generate the true nature of the inner self. And after that truth, and at the in that space, the human natures and the humanity have not jumped into yet. So the true nature arise. And after the true natures arise, there is the inner peace. There's the inner peace from within. And inner awareness, the state of inner awareness number three is the state of the true nature of the inner self. Okay, so ever, have you ever had this state of inner awareness? And this state sometimes we call to realize it. It depends on um it's from us. So nobody can say that or examine that we have this state or not. So we ourselves know it by ourselves, and other people cannot examine it. Only the, you know, only people who is um, omnipresent, um, omniscience, omnipotent can can say something about our this state of inner awareness. They can see it in other people if they have this state of inner awareness or not. But the person who can do it, um, as as the wise man, according to the wise man, that since ever before until now, there is only one person who can do that, is who can examine if other people has this state of inner awareness or not, is the Buddha. Just only one a person can do it. So for this state of inner awareness, we are the one who know if we have this state or not. Other people cannot can if we share about our experience, if we are able to accept things without judgment, without interpreting and reactions, so people could know from the definition that that is the state of inner awareness number three. But they cannot, if other people don't say anything, so they cannot they cannot see if other people have this state. Only only you know the owner can say or can feel that they have it or not. So it's like if you feel cold and you say that I'm cold, and if you feel hot and you say that I'm hot, and if I ask you, so how cold you are, can you describe the coldness that you experience? And it's hard to describe, right? And you said that's how can I describe it? I'm cold and it's cold. How can I describe the coldness? Only the person who experienced that can say, can feel. So no one can describe um if uh how how do you feel when you cold, or you can no one can describe the coldness that they experience. So for this state of inner awareness, only only the person who experienced that can say the state of the true nature of the inner self. Okay, the that is the third state of inner awareness. For this states, we can use it when we encounter challenges, obstacles, difficulties, problems in our lives, and then we just accept things as they are. We just accept things things as it is. We just accept people as they are. And then we know that the origin of life is from us. Then so you know what's right and what's right to do, what is good choice to make. So what you should do. Okay, moving to the next state of inner awareness, the state of inner awareness number 4 is the state of naturally knowing of the inner self. The state of inner awareness number 4 is the state of naturally knowing of the inner self. Do you think that I should write out the definition of those state of inner awareness? I think so. Okay, let's write them down. Okay, 5 states. So inner awareness. Okay, sorry, it's a bit. Okay, 5 states of inner awareness. Okay, um, first, that is a state of the inner awareness regarding objects, events, phenomena, situations, and people. It involves the ability to distinguish this distinguish distinguish between right and wrong, right and wrong, good and bad, cool and fall, and and should not. Just let me just use the first letter stand for should and should not. Okay, that's the first state of inner awareness. The second one, the state, the inner awareness that you you know that the origin of life originates from within. Okay. The second state of inner awareness. The third one is the state of the true nature of the inner self. And state, the state of inner awareness number four is a state of naturally knowing, naturally knowing of the inner self. So, so have you ever have this state of inner awareness? The inner awareness number four. So if you ever encounter this experience that you naturally know something without any any teachings from other people or from any resource that you know, and you just naturally know it. So we call that do you experience the state of inner awareness number four? Naturally know something. There is a um there was a doctor once he shared his story when he learned about the state of inner awareness, and he told the other students about his experience that time, that it was around midnight and he was sleeping, and then one of his patients just called him. So around that time, and a patient called him, I think is could be a really urgent thing. Then he picked up the phone, and in the other side of the phone call, the patient told him that he experienced a very bad condition. He have a pain. He have a pain, and he cannot endure that pain. And the patient tried to explain how the pain was, how his pain was, the pain in his abdomen. But this doctor is about the you know, he's kind of nutritious. So he actually nothing about something like the inner, you know, like the other doctor that can diagnose the um like the sickness from the symptoms that a patient describes, and they can diagnose the sickness and and give the patient a name of that sickness. But because he he hasn't learned about that, he just know about nutrients, which is good for the body, to intake. But at that time, he knew that these patients trusted him and need help from him. And he naturally know how what to say, what to tell to the patient. And he naturally know how to massage the abdomen and tell it to the patient. And in the end, the patients feel like the pains alleviate, subside little by little, and then he didn't feel the pain anymore. So, and after that, of course, the next on the next morning, the patients need also go to the hospital to check again. But the thing that at that time, you know, the doctor didn't know anything about that patient's pains before. He hasn't learned about that, but he naturally just know it. What he need to tell the patients, how to instruct him to massage his abdomen to alleviate the pains of the patient. So there are times in your life that you naturally know something without anybody tell you to do it. So when you experience that, means that you achieve, you reach this state of inner awareness, the true nature of inner self. Oh, sorry, the naturally knowing of the inner self, of the inner self. So think about the life that you has experienced. Think about your past and reveal it and see if have you ever experienced this state of inner awareness. I think we all have these days these days of inner awareness from number one to number two to number three to number four. So even within a day, we can experience these four states of inner awareness. Sometimes we can distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, and should not. Sometimes we know that things happen because it's from us. It's not from others. It's not, so we don't blame other people for what happened. We also don't blame ourselves for what happened. We just know that it's from us. It's from our mental immaturity, is from our blessings and merits, is from our root concepts. So that is create the life that we have or create the situation that we experience. And so there are times in within a day or times in your life that you you have this state of inner awareness. And there are times throughout the day that you have the true nature of the inner self and you accept messages or information that comes to you by the true nature, by your hearing nature, by your seeing nature, and then you just accept it and the true nature arises. After that you have the inner peace from within. So if there are times that you see and you know that you just see it, and you hear and you know that you hear it, That's it. No judgment, no interpretant, no reaction. So that time you experience the state of inner awareness. Number three, the true nature of inner self. And there are times that you know something naturally without anybody else tell you. So that you experience this state of inner awareness, the state of inner awareness number four. And we still have the the fifth, there is state of inner awareness, state of all encompassing inner self awareness. Okay, all encompassing state of the inner awareness. Sorry, the inner self. Encompassing the state of all encompassing, all encompassing state of the inner self. Okay. So with this state, um, this state is if you ever heard about omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence, so those people who have those, you know, ability, so they have the all encompassing state of the inner self. But this state of inner awareness is beyond the life uh, perspectives perspective of life. So we won't discuss about the state of inner awareness. And to for an ordinary people to have a normal life, we just need these four states of inner awareness is enough to to perform the work well and if effectively. We need to use the first state of inner awareness. Okay, we need to distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, and should not to make your works seamlessly. The second state and in the relationships, you need you need to use the second state of inner awareness more often, so that you know everything originates from within yourself. And if you want to change anything, you need to change from within. You need to change your image, your mental imagery. You need to change your, you need to accumulate more blessings and merit. You need to change the root concept that you have about that one. So you need to use more often this state of inner awareness in relationship. And you know that it originates from yourself, not from others. So you won't blame others for what happened or even blame yourself for what happened. Because you know that it's just from the mental images, from blessings and merits, from the root concepts. Just change these factors that you can change your life. And when you encounter problems in your life, you encounter like difficulties, obstacles, challenges, and then you can use this state of inner awareness. You hear and you know that you're hearing, you see and you know that you are seeing that events, that incidents, that objects, that phenomena, that situations, that person. And when you have this state of inner awareness, number three, and you simply to raise your inner awareness, the state of inner awareness, number four, to the state of number four. You naturally know what you need to say, what you need to do, what you need to behave in such situations. And then those who have the state of inner awareness number four will know exactly what is the right thing to do, what is the good choice to make, what is true, and what they should do. So they could be in the top. It means that they will be an expert of the state of inner awareness number one. Those who we say that they are, um, genius, like they know how to play that uh, um, sports from very young age, or um, those who know a lot of things in this life, and the knowledge that they learn from school, science, from these words, and we call that there is erudite person or people. So they just in the first state of inner awareness only, because they also with those with the knowledge that they have, they only can see that the difference between uh, right and wrong, good and bad, true and false, and should not. So if a person that we mentioned, that person is the smartest person that you ever met, or an erudite person, they are the most intelligent person that you ever know, is also just in the first state of inner awareness. So if they want to move to the second state of inner awareness, they need to have um, They need to have the awareness that the origin of life originates from within. And if they want to move to the third stage of inner awareness, they need to have the true nature of inner awareness by accept things as they are, by the hearing nature, by the seeing nature. And when they have the state of inner awareness number three, so it's simply to for them to raise to the state of inner awareness number four. Naturally know something, naturally know what to say, naturally know what to do, naturally know what is right to do or what is good to choose, what they should do. And with there is no level or um like we distinguish or state of inner awareness number one is lower than the state of inner awareness number two, lower than state of inner awareness number three, lower than the state of inner awareness number four. So there is no rank or levels of the state of inner awareness. It's just a name, like we call an orange. Like there are five fruits, and this is orange. The other one is apple. Another one is a tomato, for example. So there's no range or level of the state of inner awareness. And because of that is not right, it's not correct when you say that if you have the state of inner awareness number three, it's better than the state of inner awareness number two, and it's better than the state of inner awareness number one. It's not like that. It depends on which situation you need to use which ones you need to use. So with if in a particular situation, you just need to use the state of inner awareness number one to resolve the problem, and it could be resolved. It could be resolved. But then you use the other state of inner awareness, it's like, and you couldn't resolve the problem. It's like you use the hammer you know, to kill a mosquito or to kill a fly. So you don't need to use the hammer to uh, to kill a fly or a mosquito. You need to use a proper tool or proper, you know, the I think we call it the pad to kill the fly or mosquito. So we need to use the right tool, the right techniques. So there are things that we need to use the state of inner awareness number one. And there are areas that we need to use the state of inner awareness number two. And sometimes we could use the state of inner awareness number three to face challenges. For example, if number one, number two cannot address the issue, so you use number three to do it. And number four, just support, just supporting for the state of inner awareness number three. And with these four states of inner awareness, you are able to have a good life, and you can experience good things in your life already. Your life could be um, smooth, seamless, simple, could be light. Okay, so you don't need to discover or know more about the state of inner awareness number five, that is beyond a normal life. But if you want to know about this state of inner awareness, you can look for some information in the internet or somewhere else, but not here. Okay, we just want to have a normal life and head for a good life, good experience in life. All right. So I guess we still have for the information of wisdom, we still have five levels of wisdom, which correspond to five states of inner awareness. But I guess we could we could talk about five levels of wisdom tomorrow. Okay, so do you have any question? Okay. Do you have any questions or any lessons, insights, enlightenments you want to share? Please feel free to do so. And I'm happy, more than happy to listen to your sharing. Today we have covered five states of inner awareness. It's- Okay, and the first light, wisdom, has been lit. All right. If there is no sharing, I guess we can wrap up here. Thank you. Thank you very much for your presence, for your time, for giving me the opportunity to share this valuable knowledge. so that we can together have good life. Together we can experience a good life. Okay. Um, I guess it's time to say goodbye and see you tomorrow. Um, and I will stop. Okay, let me stop sharing the screen and I'll start live on Facebook now. Bye everyone. Stop and I will just end the Zoom here.